You say voting for Trump means you're a pedo, while your PFP has a map flag bracelet?
I'm pan and trans, so I have the pan and trans flag.
Oh my god, I swear these people, they just don't ever know, like, any of the... Wait a minute. Let me do something really fast. I'll be right back. Hey, I have something that I think you might find funny. Do you want to dunk on toxic cis people for maybe a second?
Sure, that sounds fun.
All right, cool. Hey kids, how's it all going today? Welcome on in for oh my god, a new Cafe Rants Tale. I hope you all are ready. Trigger warnings for, I know this time around, bigotries, racism, transphobia, and all that stuff, because wow, it's all connected, surprisingly. And with me today to suffer alongside me is, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everybody, I'm Nyara. You may know me as the fox girl from Twitter that meows sometimes and also barks. It makes people mad.
God, please don't tell me you make people mad on Twitter. I've been trying to avoid those people as much as I can. No, it's fine.
I'm sorry. I make people angry a lot.
It's fine. I'm gonna be suffering anyways, so let's suffer together. Talking about the toxicity of cis people. So, which by the way, before anybody gets in my comments and says anything, yes, we are both aware that this is a very very loud minority of cis people who say this. And a part of me wants to say, if you're having to go into the comments to tell me that, check your privilege, please. Like, we understand that. Shall we get on with the post?
Let's go right into it.
Favorite character who is trans or a trans allegory?
Do these people even play games?
I find it interesting that you can have like a trans character, a trans woman go, I am a woman, and you still have people arguing that that is actually just a femboy.
Yeah, it's God, especially like in anime, it's so bad because
Well, in Japan, they don't actually have trans people.
which by the way, yes, they do. All of my Japanese viewers, I see you out there. You are valid. But it's just they always try to write it off as the person being like a femboy or just like a tomboy or some kind of variation of not gender nonconformity. But anything that's trans, that's not possible because it's not in the culture. Heavy quotes around that, which is kind of really disgusting and really grasping at straws just to be able to find some kind of reason to hate somebody or try to cope in a way, just huffing copium and just be like,
Well, no, this game doesn't have trans characters. It's not woke.
and it's they're playing all out.
I feel like it's just part of removing people's identity, writing. They always deny that people can be trans, so obviously they're also going to deny that certain characters are trans in order to invalidate our representation media that is actually good and not being the butt of a joke.
No, very true. That is very true. We should evolve as a society and go back to making fun of gay people and trans people.
It is all just part of erasing trans people's existence.
Trans bathrooms in Wyoming, this has to stop.
All gender restroom.
Oh my god, I cannot believe the toilet is gender neutral. Oh my god, they made it trans.
Oh my god, somebody don't tell big toilet. Don't tell big toilet. They might get pissed. Oh my god, a single-use bathroom could be...
Oh my god. Do you think that J.K. Rowling's castle has gendered bathrooms?
Yes, probably.
These are the biological women toilets.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god, a bathroom that could be used that probably just has a toilet in it, maybe a urinal, and is only for one person is gender neutral? Oh, the controversy. Oh, no.
It's kind of fascinating how conservatives, how right-wingers are just going outside and they cannot think about anything else without making it about trans people. Imagine walking down the street and wondering which woman has a dick.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That is what you do the entire time, and you think that you're normal?
Yeah, I just had the thought of oh no, men might have to see period products. Oh God.
I can't believe Tim Walz will put the tampons in the boys' bathroom in public school. No! Oh my god.
Oh no. I have to see the possibility of a natural functioning part of the human body. I don't know what to do with this. Do I eat it? What do I do? And it's just like, God, just shut up. All right. Listen, if it's not for you, it's not for you. Don't touch it. All right. Jesus Christ.
I feel like it should be normalized also to advocate for gender neutral bathrooms, but also to just have men exposed to, you know, period products and so on way more, because what I've noticed is that there are a lot of misconceptions about the female reproductive organs and so on. And that is definitely by design. And I think that should be fixed. Not just like as a trans issue, but also as like a, you know, to combat misogyny type of issue.
Yeah, no, I agree. I 100% agree. I think, listen, for all of you out there who are listening to this video, carry tampons, all right? Listen, it doesn't matter what your gender is, carry tampons, because you never know when you're going to save the life of a person who doesn't have a tampon and need a tampon, right?
You will be someone's best friend for life. Especially, you know, like if you're a guy and, you know, you carry tampons, you will automatically just be so much better than any other guy. That's just the truth.
100%. Just a fact. Don't be a dick. Carry some tampons. It's fine.
Exactly. Don't be freaked out by it. Study. The alcohol industry has lost $830 billion in 4 years because Gen Z is not drinking.
Actually, they're all busy deciding what gender to be.
I did actually like push up my glasses on that one. Just as a heads up. I did the whole thing like God, I just like why do people always it's always blaming like the younger generations for like random reasons, like,
Oh, well, it's the millennials because they want to have avocado toast all the time. They don't want to
go with spend money at an unhealthy and unaffordable like restaurant that they can't even enjoy because they don't have enough money. And younger generations probably don't drink because they've had parents who might have been alcoholics and maybe just a little abusive. So that really leaves a bad taste in people's mouth. I just kind of say.
The concept of going woke and no longer, you know, having like an alcohol problem is kind of funny. Like, I think it's really interesting to be like, oh my god, everybody is so busy being gay and trans that they are not drinking in order to cope with their problems. It's just funny. Like, I feel like you can spend time with people without being drunk. And I think that if you can only bear social interactions, if you are so wasted that you don't even know what is up, then I feel like that's a problem.
Yeah. Maybe go talk to a therapist.
Parents sent me this application for this kid's kindergarten in Connecticut. Non-binary kindergartners. Why the fuck is this still happening? We are so sick of this shit. Students gender. Male, female, non-binary.
Oh my God, we gave the students an option to be able to feel comfortable with themselves, to finally identify however they want to identify, and they don't have to feel pressured to do so if they don't want to. Oh no, that's so scary. That's so terrifying.
Yeah, I think that a huge problem is that people are offended by having the ability to pick a different option that doesn't appeal to them. It's kind of like getting triggered that a video game offers a story mode because you think that it should only be played in the hardest difficulty imaginable because that is the only acceptable option for you. But not everybody thinks this way, and accessibility is actually really useful, and it doesn't take anything away from you because you can still select the option that actually appeals to you.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing. It's just like, because I agree. It's just like we're doing, oh, it's the genders, but it's like sexes, and it's just like, fam, just either have like a space where people can fill it out for themselves if they want to put, you know, man, woman, non-binary, agender, gender fluid, or, you know, honestly, you probably would catch some people who you don't want to be hiring anyways because, you know, quite frankly, there's someone that's gonna put, I'm gonna attack you, and it's just like, oh, we don't want that person in our company because they're just gonna be rude.
They're too difficult to work with if they have the option. Unfortunately, I don't think this is gonna work out between me and you. The fact that you have something against my religion and Jeffree Star is a strong red flag for me and the gay community. I hope the best of luck for you, but I will be unmatching. Have a wonderful evening.
I don't have anything against your religion. Not sure where you got that. However, if you side with transphobes, you're right. We won't work out, and that is a massive bullet dodged. It is really sad that you think it's okay to hate people within our own community. I hope you grow up one day. Yeah, let it listen. Yeah. No, it's God, I hate seeing transphobia within like the queer community. It's honestly really disgusting, and it's the whole, well, the leopard eating face party won't eat my face if I throw this other group of people in front of myself. And I'm one of the good ones. And it's so disgusting.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you're not. You're really not.
No, you're not. You're never going to be. Like, there are also going to be so many trans women who think that by appealing to those that hate us, they are going to be more palatable for the average mind. And it's like, you are literally sacrificing your own dignity as a human and normalizing a lot of like these talking points that they are pushing and using in order to justify ostracizing us.
Yeah, God, I remember watching the election results on 2020, like for 2024, and just seeing trans women for Trump being like spammed in some chats. And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? You understand, like, when they're talking about trans people, they mean you too, sis. Like, you're not the only person.
No, they only mean the ones that are pretending to be trans in order to gain access into women's spaces. And I am not going to go into women's bathrooms because I actually accept the sanctity of the female real women, actually.
It's just like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Just, how's the boot? How does the boot taste? Is it good, or is it too far down your throat for you to be able to taste anything? Like, is it out the other end? Ugh.
I thought you said, how does the boob taste?
The boob tastes good.
How does the boob taste? I was like, I mean,
oh my God, again, I didn't know we were doing that today.
Oh my God. Oh God. No, it's just people caving to fascism because they think if they're more appealing to the oppressors, they're going to get oppressed less. But we are going to all get the pink triangle. Like there's no escape. Do you want to do top, or should should I do the full thing? Or?
I mean, out of the two of us, I think we know who the top is. Sorry.
Kat, do you want to be on top?
Yeah, I'll be on top. People in the 1980s, I bet they'll have flying cars in 30 years.
Meanwhile, in 2026, I identify as a cat, and if you refuse to believe it, you are full of hate.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are AI backgrounds as well. There will be an AI post later on. Trust me. We have the AI Slop that we'll bash on here in a second. But I just like, why they can't get away from the one joke, can they? Like, at all.
Also, okay, people in the 1980s, they'll have flying cars, and now we have Ed Grok. Is this true? Ed Grok, I don't know how to do social interactions. How do I talk with someone? Oh my God, my AI girlfriend is actually so cool. I have never spoken with another human being before because ChatGPT is actually my only friend. This is amazing.
Hey, ChatGPT, can you write this email for me? Could you write me a script that I can, do? Can you, use copyrighted characters to make my, awful movie so that way I can, feel good about myself?
It's just like, oh my God, we really do live.
Ed Rock, please harass this random trans woman and make them a man, because I really need them to be a man and showcase them as a man. Please remove the makeup. Grok, please.
They're so unoriginal and just, they have no thoughts. Like that's just it. It's like I remember watching like a TikTok that was just like, and this kind of ties in. It's just like oh yeah, ChatGPT is great. I use it for everything. Everybody uses it. And the other person's like, what? No, I don't use ChatGPT. Like, oh wait, you don't use it to like write your emails? And I'm like, no, I have a string of thoughts that I just type. What do you mean? I don't need a fucking AI bot to type up an email for me that just says, oh, okay, cool, thanks. I greatly appreciate for you following up with this. Like, what?
I feel so sad for the next generation to grow up in in an environment where you're so drained and starved for dopamine that you cannot actually
Oh god.
just sit down and develop a skill and actually see how your skill develops over the years, because now you just have a prompt and you're like, oh, Frog, please generate this art piece for me. And then you have this. Like, imagine looking back 10 years as like an artist and be like, oh, this is where it started. And now you have like, oh my god, I'm an AI artist and this is how like AI evolved, and like, oh my god, my prompts got like so much better. Look at how cool I am. And it's like, you don't have a skill. You didn't do anything. You didn't put in the work, the creativity, and you just have nothing to show for. It's just embarrassing. And that's sad.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the thing. A creator that I follow who's a voice actress, Tani Plattis, I was looking her up really fast, talked about that like being an issue with AI is it's not just like all the environmental things, but like younger generations are not going to know failure or like understand that it's okay to fail things and to be cringe and to like do the weird things, to be able to like do good voice acting or to like make art or to like, are you kidding me? My first video here on this channel, I sound flat as fuck. Like, it's bad. It's a bad video. It's still up if you want to go watch it, but like, it's horrendous. And like, you like over time, you can see that like as each video comes out, they slowly improve over time. And it's just like the editing got a lot faster. The like how I sound became a lot better. And like, I feel way more confident in like how I'm talking and everything and just like being able to talk about stuff. But that came from me taking the jump of like starting off someplace, being extremely cringe, failing and being very awkward, and then like going through the entire process to be able to get to where I am now. And it's just like, people don't succeed immediately. They're not immediately really good at the things that they do. They fail a lot. And that's the thing, is like, you don't see how many failures somebody goes through just to be able to get to the point they are now.
Exactly. Also, social media doesn't reward you putting in effort. So if you're starved for getting like the likes and so on, like artists are pressured to post a lot, right? And AI stuff does so much better on these platforms because A, you can pump it out, and B, there's like so much drama around it where people are like engaging with it, and it's like, oh, this is AI, this is why you shouldn't support it, support real artists. But real artists don't get like this drama and this engagement around it, so these posts don't blow up. And then you sit there and you're like, well, I can't compete with this, so what is the point of not using these tools because I'm falling behind? But this is just by design. Like, this is just removing your creativity and your humanity from the final product. And that is a bad thing. That's a bad trend that we are living through. Also, did you know that probably you are not subscribed to this channel right now, and you should hit the little subscribe button, because that also helps, you know, showcase how proud you are of Cat's progress.
Don't plug my fucking channel and on my channel. God, next meme, moving on. Fucking Christ.
Listen, 70% of people who watch this video right now are not subscribed.
Actually, it's like 50-50. But we're not getting into it. What's the difference between A, trans women, B, women? Let the tolerant crowd explain this one. I'll grab popcorn.
Trans is an adjective. It's a descriptor, like tall, fast, or smart. A trans woman is just a woman who was assigned male at birth and then transitioned at some point in her life. Just like a tall woman is a woman who is taller than the average woman. It's just an adjective. It's really not that complicated. For instance, you're a stupid, bigoted man, whereas I'm a cool and nice man. We're both men. I'm just kind of a better type of man.
Sometimes cis people can be okay and also just call out the bigotries. Ugh.
This is what we mean when it's not all men.
Yeah, it's the not all men, but it's always a man thing. So it's like not all cis people, but it's always a cis person.
Yeah. You know how I actually see this a lot? I also see a lot of like trans women write trans women as like a compound word. It is not. And the concept of being like, oh, what is the difference between a trans woman and a woman? And it's, what does this question even mean? Because a woman is just like the noun, and you know, like it's just, I don't know. I guess the comment actually explained it well enough, I guess. Don't need to have like that much commentary on this.
Yeah, it's just no. Sometimes the cis be okay.
Sometimes cis men actually get it.
What do you mean? Isn't Zubul a woman?
Zubul canonically uses they, them in the series and is under the non-binary umbrella.
I fucking hate this fandom. Its characters and people who made that show. I hope Zubul dies the same way Cain did and suffers for eternity.
The amount of hatred somebody has
Or a fictional character.
just because a character, a fictional character, is non-binary blows my mind. Like, they are so heavily invested in this.
Yeah, it's a show. It's just a character. All right. If you don't like it, then just don't engage with it. That's like the thing that I always find so fucking funny. It's like, I know I have people who hate watch my videos, and it's just like, well, thank you for the ad revenue. Like, if you don't like my content, or if you don't like anything that I do, and you're just watching this seething while watching it, like, just stop. Save yourself some time. Like, you don't have to engage, but like at the same time, like, is it really hurting you that much to see a non-binary character in a show at all?
You know how right-wingers and so on were always like, oh my god, you're so obsessed with pronouns. Oh my god, you're so triggered. You're such a snowflake and so on. Anytime somebody genders me correctly or just uses the right pronouns for like a fictional characters, you will see so many comments in the replies being like, actually, that's a man. Actually, he. And it's like, you're so triggered. They are triggered by people when I call myself a fox girl. Not because of the thing of like them believing that I'm just a cat and I will always be a cat. No, it's the girl part that they are offended by. And it's like, why don't you misgender yourself? Why don't you gender yourself in a way that appeals to me? And it's like, why do you even care? It's just words. Facts don't care about your feelings. Like, why should I have to adhere to your labels that you project onto me? Like, there's no reason.
Yeah, and the other thing too is just like, it's that meme of like a trans person existing, like with the little cap that spins, and it's just like, I'm playing like my favorite video game. And then it's just like the angry, pissed face being, I want you to die. For just like no reason. It's just like I know that they try to say protect the kids and all this stuff, and I'm not gonna get into that too deep right now. But like, it's just trans people exist. We've been around forever. Like, it's just we've been here, and it's just.
No, we were made up in 2016, actually.
Oh, you're so right. We were made up in 2016. This is the worst timeline because Harambe died.
I actually heard that I'm a predecessor to the movement, the transgenderism. So actually, you have to thank me for inventing you. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm gonna go watch my Love Boat episode where there's a trans woman in it from Katie.
No, that is just somebody who is a cross-dresser.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Oh God, no! Not this one. A Brazilian politician applied blackface on live TV and asked, am I black now? Her point was that if makeup does not change race, then why would surgery change gender?
Because, surgery and makeup are the same thing.
It's almost like trans people are making claims and then transphobes do not listen to the points that we are making, and they are just imagining what claim we actually made, and then they're arguing this. It's almost like there's a term for this. It might be some fallacy that they're continuously using in order to hijack the conversation and make it out to be something ridiculous.
Yeah, well, the other thing too is just like, surprise, surprise, the people who are transphobic are also fucking racist. Like, it's almost like those two things go hand in hand with each other because, like, if you think that this hatred for trans people is going to end with trans people, I got some really bad news for you. There's going to be coming, like, they're going to be coming after gay people. They're going to be coming after people of color. And it's just like,
I mean, they've never stopped coming after gay people or people of color.
yeah, they haven't. They just try to find like new ways of doing it so that way it can be justified, and it's ugh.
You know how transphobia is just really socially acceptable and it helped normalize misogyny even more? And now we're just like at a point where, you know, everything is just falling apart, coming together. Like, people use gay as an insult again.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. It's one of the things of like, in ways that we're regressing in a lot of ways. And a lot of like old, because the other thing too is like, you know, people are mask off racism again and just like actively trying to, in case of point of this person here, like just trying to normalize it by saying, well, I'm not being political, and then does something like this, especially like if you know why blackface is a huge issue, especially here in the United States.
Yeah, a lot of people don't really understand systemic issues, so they just want to gaslight people into believing that it's not an issue.
Yep. And then not only do you know, if trans rights gets hurt, it doesn't just affect trans people, it affects women. It affects all women.
You know how intersex women or cis women are being transvestigated and so on, and if you justify and normalize the abuse of trans women, then you're automatically also normalizing and justifying the abuse of cis women who don't perform femininity well enough for this patriarchal society.
Yep, all my black women out there know how that is because listen, are you kidding me? Like, they've been performing a lot of medical procedures against the will of people of color, especially here in the United States, or like experimenting on them without their consent. And it's just up, and it's just getting worse.
Exactly.
Just stay straight.
Not all straight people are cisgendered. Gender identity and sexual orientation are two different things.
Just saying not trans is not hard. You don't need to invent words for people with standard orientation.
It's almost like trans and cis are words that are, you know, used in a lot of different contexts, like transatlantic and so on. And it's not just about trans and cis people, it's just a prefix that is used in a different context.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, dating trans women or dating, you know, if you're a man dating a trans woman or you're a woman dating a trans man, you're still straight because you're dating the opposite gender. It's really not that hard, and it's just yeah, trans is just a fucking descriptive like word. It's just there to like help describe a person or a thing, depending, like, yeah, like transatlantic.
Also, these words are tools in order to convey certain information, and you're not going to get a lot of information if you replace cis with biological, real, because that's not the opposite of trans, and that is not like excluding, you know, trans people and so on. And it's just, you know, use the words that are actually appropriate in order to describe cis people.
I wonder what it would be like to be a synthetic woman.
Are you AI?
No.
Are you an AI woman?
Anyways, next post.
Are you? Are we real?
Oh god, the cards. I think for that, so therefore I am. Ugh.
What if I don't think? I have no thoughts.
They always tell you that think twice, but I don't even think once.
Our third graders are learning today that men can have babies.
Chinese third graders are learning multivariable calculus today. This will not end well for you.
The concept of just having one subject in your school.
Yeah, but also just like, one, obviously this is an AI post, so I'm gonna go ahead and still call this out because these people don't have any original thoughts. But two, just the blatantly like nationalism and like fear mongering of like, oh well, we must outdo China, and it's just like maybe we should focus more on the problems that we have at home, like the fact that we can't feed kids or, you know, like take care of the families.
Did you know that if it was more affordable to have a child in this economy and to not go into huge debt, you would actually incentivize people to have more children.
Yeah, on letting people be themselves and letting people exist just as they want might make people more happy. So also, yes, men can get pregnant, and if you don't believe me, you're not trying hard enough. But also, trans men exist. Listen,
Mpreg is actually real. If you challenge me, it's a skill issue.
skill issue. Yeah. No, it's just like all these people who are like transphobic and bigoted and everything, like they have to have a boogeyman of some sort. And listen, I'm not here to say that the Chinese government is perfect. No. The Chinese government has its own issues. The Uyghurs, for starters. But at the same time, it's just like, instead of like facing issues that are happening in this country, speaking for the United States here, of like trying to, get rid of systematic racism, trying to, make food available for everybody, trying to get like education available for everybody, trying to like improve roads and like have good city infrastructure and making sure everybody has healthcare, we're gonna, invade Iran because that's gonna save people. Spending billions of dollars across the seas to bomb a school is going to save thousands of lives here in America when nobody can afford to buy food.
All of this just showcases how effective transphobia has become of a distraction. You can literally understand all of these societal issues and people will just make it about trans people and pronouns and the woke and so on. You can call out how to actually fix a lot of these issues and it's like, no, we actually have to get rid of the trans people and then everything is going to magically solve itself. This is why all of these ultra-conservative organizations have been pushing for this, right? They want to remove bodily autonomy. It's not just about like HRT for trans people, it's a blanket ban for all HRT, for abortion pills, like all of the medication and so on. That is what they are funding, that is what they are like working towards. That's all in Project 2025. And it is such a good distraction that they've been doing this for the past like 10 years, 15 years.
Yeah, and it's so frustrating. Like, oh my God, I want to grab like a pan and some kind of like stick and bang it and just be like, fucking wake up, people. Jesus Christ. Ugh.
Wake up.
Yeah.
You don't pass.
But she isn't trans?
Blood just got himself on r/AreTheCisOk. I mean, we've been talking about this throughout the entire video, but like, people are just going to be policing cis women. Case in point.
Yeah. This just shows how toxic passing is, because it's just like, you don't meet my expectations of what you have to look like, sound like, act like, and so on. And this is literally just recycled misogyny. A lot of transphobia that I'm getting is like, your voice doesn't sound, no. You don't act, no. Like, it's always like the same things, and it's just repackaged of like, oh, you're being unladylike. Real women don't act like this. You shouldn't act like this. It's just the same nonsense repackaged.
If I were the landlord and my tenant uses they, them pronouns, I'ma double that person's rent. And here they come in 3, 2, 1.
It's just like, that's illegal. That is 100% illegal. You can't just raise somebody's rent out of like discrimination against their gender identity, their gender, their sex, their race, their religion, or anything like that. Like, you're just purposely trying to be, you're just an asshole.
When I came out to my landlord, I was essentially just saying, yeah, the name is going to change and so on the banking information and so on. And like, he just accepted that and, is using my pronouns now. And I think it's not actually that difficult to just respect someone's name and pronouns, right? Like, if a cis person changes their last name because they got married, people are not going to be like, no, you have to use your original birth biological name, actually. Like, there's like a huge double standard, and I don't understand why there's so much resentment for people to be like, no, this is who I am, these are my pronouns, this is my name. Like, I don't understand why people fight this. But they're like, no, actually, your pronouns are what I choose for you.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of thing too. It's just like it boggles my mind sometimes, like how cis people refuse to use somebody's new name, but then will turn around and call their best friend a nickname that doesn't even match their name. Like I used to be called Bones whenever I was growing up because of like how thin I was. No relation at all to anything. And it's just like people just accepted that. They just accepted that my nickname was Bones and nobody cared. No one questioned it. And now it's just like, oh, well, you're changing your name to like something else. Like, it's just like, are you kidding me? It doesn't hurt or cause you any harm. It's not that hard. So it's just.
The thing is, like, when I sign up for something and I have like a nickname, right? Like on social media or in the games that I play and so on, people are not going to be like, what is your original birth name so I can refer to you? In a lot of games, they refer to me, like in Valorant, they refer to me as the character that I'm playing. And it's like, yeah, if you say that name, I know who you're referring to, right? And if I have my pronouns in my bio and people are like, no, he, him, actually, like you're talking about a completely different person. But the fact that I'm trans is literally just the only reason why I have like some relation to these pronouns, right?
Yep. Okay, I know this, but okay, next post. Yes, there's going to be a slur in it, but at the same time, I showed this to my wife. My wife was like, oh my God, so true, bestie. Silly dicks are for chicks. You're so right. Dicks are also for chicks. Women can also have dicks. It's fine. Like, you're so right, girly pop. Yeah.
Honestly, when I saw this, I was like, why is that in the subreddit? Because it's just, you know, isn't that like trans inclusive? Like, isn't that trans supportive? Isn't that kind of amazing? Like,
yeah, I was like, I don't think this means what you think it means. Like, I understand you're trying to be homophobic, but like, yeah, women can have dicks. You're so right, and men can have pussies. Like, pop off, queen, pop off.
Do you know this image that people did with like Pride Month, and then it kind of showcases the word demon in the gradient?
Yes. God.
I feel like sometimes transphobes and, you know, homophobes are kind of cooking with their designs, but not in the way they think they are.
No, exactly. Have you heard about the gay spurs?
I have not.
Okay, so I have the gay spurs in my server. They were originally so the far right conservative party over in Spain were trying to like demonize gay people and to show that they were scary. So they put, I'll send you one of the gay spurs. This was the original gay spur.
Oh, that is the cutest thing that I've ever seen. Oh my God.
Yeah. So they were like, gay people are scary. Look at the ghost. And gay people looked at that like, wait, that's really cute. That's adorable. Wait, we're stealing that. That's ours now. That is ours now. And I was like, you know what? So real. I'm so happy that like when something actually slaps the gay community, it's just like, actually, we're stealing that now. That's ours.
The him says he's mentally ill.
Imagine being so fragile that you can't handle someone using pronouns. What has this world come to when we now hate cisgender pronouns?
God, I just like just the hating of pronouns in general. It's so. I have a t-shirt from high school. Like, it's my senior year t-shirt. So like, it was like, oh yeah, all the seniors sign, like put their signatures on, and it's the front of the shirt and the back of the shirt. It's like, oh, 10 things that we're not gonna miss about high school. And literally one of the bulletin points is nobody understands pronouns. That was back in 2011. And the fact that that is still relevant today, 15 years later, fucking pains me, because it's just like, because I think, like, I watch this content creator who talks to people on the right and is like, hey, what are your pronouns? And every time somebody says, oh, I'm no duty, he goes, okay, cool. So anytime you use a pronoun, I'm gonna use this buzzer. And they'll say I, we, you, they. And it's just like, he just constantly buzzes them. He's like, hey, I thought you didn't do the pronoun thing. And it's just, basic literacy is out the goddamn window.
There's also this part of like, if you put your pronouns in your bio so people know how to refer to you, because on the internet, the baseline understanding is anyone you interact with is actually a guy. And now that actually, you know, women, non-binary people, and so on are also using the internet, it's actually really useful to just go on someone's profile, see he, slash, him, she, her, she, they, and so on, and to just know how to refer to someone, right? It makes things a lot easier than to just like assume like the default, which, you know, in a lot of spaces is he, him, and thus get like these awkward conversation about like, oh, you know, like actually I'm not a man, right? Like it's just a tool in order to make certain things easier. If you see an email and someone puts their pronouns there, you don't have to guess. You don't read the name and it's like, I don't know how to place this because maybe it's a gender neutral name and so on, and you don't know if it's Miss or Mr. and so on. Like, you just know, and it makes it easier to interact with people, but everybody gets like so offended by it.
Everyone's got to suffer. Listen, you didn't suffer enough. You got to suffer harder. How else are you going to, you know,
make it to the pearly white gates of heaven if you don't suffer enough down here on earth?
Imagine living in a world where your biggest problem is that you go to someone's profile and you see their pronouns.
It's so terrifying. It just completely and totally like my heart sings and I'm immediately just terrified and scared, and I have to click off their profile page so fast because it's so scary seeing pronouns. Oh no! Think of the children. Think of the babies.
It's like if you go on social media and it's like, oh, this game is going to suck, and it's just like a bunch of developers who have like their pronouns on their LinkedIn and so on. I was like, you're triggered by that. But we are the ones who are snowflakes, right? They kind of stopped using that, right? They stopped calling us snowflakes. I wonder why that is. My son asked to wear makeup. I said, no, makeup is for girls, but you can have a donut and go play with your trucks. So he did that instead. It really is that easy.
The comments of this entire section are extremely toxic and just like,
yeah, that's right, do it, that's how you raise kids.
and it's just like, and who's forcing gender onto the kids? Like,
let kids be kids unless they want to do something that breaks your gender binary, your construct, your gender ideology, right?
yeah, it's like, hi, men wear makeup. Your favorite like action heroes, the guys in those movies, they are wearing makeup. It's not that bad. Also, men wore makeup like in the 80s, and God, that makeup was so much better than it is nowadays. But makeup is just pointlessly gendered. I mean, makeup is just kind of pointless in the first place anyways, because it just pushes, you know, Eurocentric beauty standards onto people anyways, to try to force them to be like, have certain facial features that they don't always have, or to like, ugh, it's disgusting, and we don't have to like force people to do it, but at the same time, if people want to do makeup, let them do makeup. All right, listen, I wanted to do makeup when I was a kid, and honestly, all it ever did was it just hurt me to like not allow for me to like experiment and try and do new things to figure out who I was as a kid.
Also, as somebody who never actually painted my nails, even though I wanted to paint my nails when I was a kid, I still turned out trans. It wouldn't have changed anything about me painting my nails or not, right? Having society push me back, adhere to these things, because everybody is scared that I might turn gay. I still turned out trans. It didn't change anything about who I am.
Yeah, and there's like, and there's drag queens. Hello, that's still men wearing makeup. Like them wearing makeup doesn't change the fact that it's still men. Like, yes, on the floor, they're queens, you know, but like afterwards, it's like them wearing makeup doesn't change gender. Like, I still came in as trans, even though I wanted to play with Barbies and never really got the chance to do so, or to wear makeup and never got the chance to do so. Like, it's not.
The difference between dolls and action figures is also literally just capitalistic gender norms. You are weird.
Imagine hating trans in the big 26. Come on, we have to grow up. Accept it.
They can't reproduce.
And?
That's it.
Adopting kids is a thing. Crying, laughing emoji.
Bloodline is also a thing.
Trans female are men. Corny ass 50 years old man. Confucianism at its peak. Reject cringe traditions. TM.
I don't understand the concept of having somebody's value judged on the basis of their capability of reproduction, and also gay people and trans people still have the capability of reproduction if they can reproduce, right?
Trans men exist and are able to still get pregnant, and also 2 women can get each other pregnant simply, one by having a trans woman, but also there's self-insemination. So there is the ability for women to get their DNA extracted from their bodies and sent into their partner, and then they can have a child. So like we're at a point in time where really men are not needed to have offspring. But also, yeah, the constant need of like, oh, well, you won't be able to reproduce. It's just like, it just pushes like, is it the great replacement theory where it's just like, because we won't have enough kids and the people of color are gonna like take over the world and we're gonna be like in so much trouble. And it's just like, who cares? We don't need to like constantly always, like, not everyone needs to be popping out kids and babies. Like, my wife and I don't want kids, period. Like, you don't need to, like, the incessant need to reproduce is such a gross concept and really belittles like who women are. And also just like this, God, what was the other there was a continuation of it, but it's just misogyny. It's 100% just misogyny and like pushing this narrative that women are just here to produce babies and cook and clean and all that stuff. And it's just like, no, women are people too. They can go do their own things. They can go do their own, be themselves. And there's no like defined way to be a woman.
A lot of transphobia when it comes to these talking points about puberty blockers or trans men getting, you know, surgeries and so on, it's always centered around like, oh, but what about the fertility? Oh my god, you're making kids sterile. And it's like, why are you so worried about, you know, trans kids having the capability of like reproduction in the sense when it's just about keeping them alive and also having them live a life that is actually worth living instead of, you know, them just being miserable and so on. Like, as a kid, I didn't even think that I would, you know, keep on living this long because I felt so hopeless. I never had like any intimacy in relationships because I had severe gender dysphoria. I never actually thought about, you know, starting a family and so on because I was just depressed, and I did something so that my life is worth living. My life actually feels like my life. How come the Women's Day event image had 2 male characters on it celebrating women's voices in media? Today we are saluting the women who made the culture and media we know and love. Hell of a Boss and Has-Been Hotel. The showrunner, writer, and executive producer for both Has-Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss is a woman. This is literally just about like celebrating Pop, right? Who created the show Hell of a Boss and Has-Been Hotel. It's not about celebrating the characters itself. It's just like, these are just examples. Very well-known characters of the show, very beloved characters of the show that are being put on here. Being like, oh, a woman created both of these shows.
Again, media literacy is just kind of out the window and just like not understanding like why literally if you just read the bottom of the post you would know, just like, oh yeah, both of these shows are made by women and these are some of the like the characters in the show. Like, it's just
Grog, can you explain this to me? Grog, I can't think.
Oh god.
Grog, please. Grog, please explain this to me. Paramedics in emergency room need to know your sex if you were born male because it can be deadly for males to receive blood transfers from females. Sex belongs on your ID to save your life.
Oh no, cooties! I can't be having with the women's blood. That's gonna give me cooties. That could kill me. I'm still stuck in kindergarten.
I think a bigger issue is if you're a trans person, and especially if you're an HRT, to put on a sex that you were assigned with instead of, you know, changing to what you present as right now, because a lot of medication will affect you differently based on your dominant hormone.
Well, the other thing too is just like, okay, so besides the joke that I just made earlier with mocking cis people, like, yeah, the medications that you're on are going to be affecting like you personally, but like a blood transfer is not going to be as much of an issue because really all they need to know is like what type of blood you have, and then they give you blood based off of that. So like you never know the gender of the person who you're getting blood from. It could be from a man, it could be from a woman, it could be from a trans person, it could be from somebody else, and you would never know. Like, are you really gonna go to like an emergency room and when they're giving you like a blood transfusion, like, excuse me, is that blood from a man? Is that the blood of a woman?
I only want blood transfers from unvaccinated Christian straight cis white males.
Yeah, did this person have the vaccine?
And it's just like, why do you like, are you really going to be like that nitpicky when is your fucking life on the line? Like it's just Jesus Christ. I think you have more problems and more things to worry about than whether or not the person's blood that you're getting, if they were like trans or not. Like you're dying on the bed and you're sitting there, it's like it's the person that this blood from is trans, and did they have vaccines? Like, you've got more problems, fam. You have more problems than the blood that you're potentially using.
Just FYI, these are like the types of people who are going to be like, no, it's biological reality and common sense in order to invalidate trans people. And what you're saying, despite you having, researched a lot of these things, and, you have a lot of medical organizations back you up and so on. These are the ones who are going to like sit in your replies, sit in your comments being like, no, actually, this is biological reality. This is common sense. Everybody knows that XX equals woman. These are the ones.
Yeah, yeah, sure, yeah. And we're gonna totally ignore intersex people. So, hey, kids, if you see any of those comments, just ignore them. Because all they want is attention in the first place. They just want to try to like get attention and like purposely try to like debate anybody. Like, oh my God, I just don't engage. Like, if I see it, I'll probably get rid of it.
Save your brain cells.
Yeah, save your mental health, and it's just not, don't partake. So
when my children say they want to change their pronouns, so I respect their decision and make it a worse were.
Don't have kids.
Also, worse and were aren't pronouns, they are verbs.
They are. Listen, it's the joke of like, respect my trans friends' pronouns, or else I'll make your pronouns less were. So this is like flipping that and being, well, I'm gonna just do that to my kids if they say that they're trans. And it's just like, don't have kids. Like, if you can't accept your kids for being potentially trans or gay or bi or, not anything that's cis het, don't have kids. Don't raise kids. Like, because the thing is like, also like if your child's autistic, holy, but if you're not willing or ready to have a kid who doesn't fit your perfect model or image of what you want them to be, which by the way is just a miniature you, don't have kids. Like, it's just, there's no reason for you to like raise kids up if you're not willing to let them be themselves, which is, ugh.
I think people need to understand that, like, even though the majority of those that make memes like this, they are not going to have children, or they probably, hopefully don't have children right now. But a lot of these people actually do exist. A lot of these people, especially conservative families, do exist. And I think the majority of trans people actually do have like some form of childhood trauma because of this. Because of being invalidated, because of people projecting labels onto them, putting labels on them, forcing a certain label on them in order to make them fit a certain type of, how do I say this? To make them fit like a certain type of belief system, a certain type of like worldview that doesn't allow any deviation from what is considered to be normal. I think it's a huge problem that you can have parents just go ahead and be like, no, you need to live according to how I want you to live. Like, this is not even just like a, oh, I'm gay, I'm trans thing. This is also forcing their daughters to live a certain way, to make them perform femininity in a specific way, or have their sons perform masculinity in a certain way, right? It's not just about like being gay or trans. It's also about any form of gender nonconformity and any gender expression, any type of lifestyle when it comes to their job, their career. Like, this is not just like an LGBTQ issue, and I feel like more people should realize this instead of being like, well, my parents were like this, so I'm going to be like this as well.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I think this kind of just extends to like the entire queer community of just like the religious trauma and being forced into cis heteronormativity, and like just the amount of just not allowing people to express themselves and to love who they want to love or be the person that they want to be is extremely harmful and causes people to either self-exit this world a little sooner than they would have, or they would have like, whether it be somebody who ends up like drinking a lot of alcohol and ends up like going down and like doing a lot of drugs and just not being comfortable with the person that they are, because, you know, anything that they do is seen as sin, and any action that they do is seen as sin. And it's honestly just like trying to force purity culture onto people and force them to adhere to what the current rules of that are to whoever you want them to be applied to without really caring for who that person is or whether or not if it even aligns with the religion that you're trying to adhere to, because most of the time it does not.
After having talked with a lot of conservatives who really think this way, they also believe that a parent forcing their child to live a certain way because it's so difficult to exist in society if you're not part of the, like, what is considered the status quo, then this is not abusive, right? Because you're doing it from a point of love and you're just caring. And I think this is just framing and justifying abuse and forcing children to live a certain way and to internalize a lot of these issues because that is more accepted in the society than for them to actually be free to be themselves.
Yeah, well, and the thing too is like this also normalizes violence, right? Because it's you're forcing somebody to be something that they're not, and then you're telling the person who's doing that it is an action of violence against them when the person like either rebels or tries to do something different, and then that's when you get the whole like the abusive relationship that a lot of people probably face of trying to be themselves and trying to get out and constantly having their parents hold over whether or not they're going to be able to stay, like keep a roof over their head or not, or be able to be financially stable, or whatever it may be, like just having that constantly being held over their head because they don't adhere or conform to what the parents want.
We kind of live in a society that doesn't really understand psychological and emotional abuse that much, and they are like, well, I haven't physically abused you, but then like all of this drama that comes from being emotionally abused and manipulated and so on is just going to get like invalidated because it wasn't physical, right? It's kind of like going to school and having someone just bully you the entire time, but because they are not physical, nobody intervenes with it, and it's like, oh, you should just ignore it. You shouldn't like engage with this. Actually, if you're not engaging with this, then they are going to get bored and move on to someone else. But that doesn't actually work. And then if this person breaks and they either self-harm or they are punching their bully, then they are the ones in trouble because they made it physical. Even though, you know, it is still abuse to continuously harass, invalidate, and emotionally abuse someone, you know?
Yeah, no, exactly. And this is for all of my gamers out there, for all my women gamers out there, it's the just mute them argument. Okay, well, that was the last one. So I don't know if you feel cathartic after that. It's chatting and discussing and both being insane for a little bit, but
I had a lot of fun. I enjoy watching people who dedicate their entire life to, you know, like, how do I say this? I enjoy seeing the ridiculousness of the people who dedicate their entire life to hating me.
Yeah, God, sometimes it's so bad that it's funny. And you're just like, you really think like this? You really? Oh, okay. That's weird. Anyways, everybody else is gonna go enjoy the new, you know, the Spider-Man movie or whatever, or, you know, go enjoy the next video game and not have to worry about it.
But how can I enjoy watching a movie if I don't know whether or not this woman has a penis?
I don't know, cry see and go cry in a corner. I don't really give a care. Anyways, we're gonna go watch this movie. So
No.
Yeah.
go cry in the corner.
No.
So, all right, Nyara, thank you so much for joining. Would you like to kind of like tell people where they can find you and all this stuff and like?
Sure. Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me on this journey. If you want to see more of my personal content, you can go on NyaraVT. I'm on Twitch, Twitter, Blue Sky, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, where I post my content, and NyaraVT, literally everywhere. But if you enjoyed this video, go click the like button and subscribe. Actually, it helps the channel. Also, you know, write a content, click all the buttons because it helps us.
The ending, it's just like, don't. Anyways, yeah, do all the things, kids. Also, before we head out, huge shout out to all my patrons, my YouTube members, and my Twitch subscribers. Y'all really do help keep the lights on in this house, and I really greatly appreciate you all for everything that you do. Even if you are not able to afford any of that stuff, and you are simply just watching the videos, or you're watching the streams, and you're lurking and chatting, that helps way more than you think. And yes, commenting on the videos as much as you can helps the channel out a lot. So, you know, get in the comments. I'm gonna steal Brennan Lee Mulligan's little thing for a second. Get in the comments. All right, kids, have a lovely day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.